Have you guys ever tried making a build, but you just scroll through YouTube for hours upon hours and you just can't seem to find a good build, to actually give you an advantage in these games? In the park, in the rec, in the prime. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are at the right place. I'm going to be showing you the best 3 guard builds in NBA 2K20. These are guard builds that are used by competitive players, 2K League players, stage players, all those people. So for me showing you guys this video, hope you guys do drop a like, hit that big red subscribe button with that notification bell set to all notifications. Let's not waste any more time and let's get right into the video.
She know I keep the bag on me. How about got a couple racks on me? I'ma hit it, then I dip. No, I do not trust a bitch, cause they all be the same to me. All these thoughts always running through my head. I'ma get the bag, double back for the bread. I'd rather smoke a blunt, kicking back in my bed. And yeah, she in my line, cause she know I'm getting bread.
So what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to to all my current subscribers. I got you once again, another build video. And to anybody new who is not subscribed to me, just hop on the wave, man. Hit that subscribe button with that notification bell. We upload tons of build videos, tutorials, glitches, everything to help your experience on NBA 2K20. That's what I'm about. I am here to make your experience 10 times better, make the game enjoyable for you. So with that being said, we're gonna hop right into this build video. And with this first build here, I call this the Chalk build because this is a build that Chalk DF, you might know him as just Chalk, top rep on Xbox. He pretty much put this build on the map, mainly because he hit legend. So with the extra badges he got, it made this build really overpowered. But looking at this build, even without the extra badges at legend, it is still a very good build. So all I ask you guys, just follow along. If you guys didn't realize it, the first pie chart I took was towards the bottom, the defense slash playmaking. And then with the physical attributes, or not physical attributes, but that other pie chart when it comes to those attributes, we ended up going with the highest speed, obviously, which is the first one. And like I said, regarding these actual attributes here, you're gonna pretty much max out your finishing. When it comes to your driving layup, your close shot, you're gonna put an 84, and that driving dunk's gonna be maxed out as well. Then you're gonna max everything out on your shooting. Your playmaking, you want to max out your ball handle, your pass accuracy, you're gonna put it 1 below max. And your defensive attributes, you see that as well there for you. And you saw the badges, there was 61 badges as you saw right there. So it's obviously a very good build even without those extra badges from legend. And as you see here, we do go 6'5", and here's where it gets a little bit tricky when it comes to the wingspan. You could honestly go max wingspan, which is what this build is meant to be at. But obviously that means you would not be able to speed boost off rip. You would have to be a 99 overall to speed boost. So if you don't feel comfortable with that, you could obviously lower the arms to your liking. If you don't think you'll hit 99 overall, you just don't want to wait till that long, you could honestly just go default arms, start being able to speed boost off rip at 96 overall. It's all personal preference, but I'm just here to give you the keys of the build. I'm here to give you the build and give you a shot to actually use it in the park and go crazy. So this is one of the best builds in the game. Two-way slashing playmaker, one of the most diverse builds. So I mean, if you use this build, just know you're not going to be the best 3-point shooter, but you can shoot. Don't be afraid to shoot, but you're just not going to be the best 3-point shooter. So I recommend this for my players who are going to be playing the 2-score, a smaller ball lineup, with maybe another lockdown or something like that, or just somebody else on your team that could score and shoot the ball effectively, because obviously it's not going to be as easy to ISO with this build as it is on other guard builds that I'm going to get into next. I just mentioned, the other guard builds that are going to be able to ISO and shoot the 3-ball a little bit better. That's exactly what I'm showing you guys right here. It's going to be the playmaking shot creator. I guess you could say when it comes to a YouTuber that's used to put this build on the map, you could say Grinding DF. He actually used this build, at the start of the year. And it's a very dominant build just for the fact that you're going to have the highest 3-point and highest ball handle out of any other guard build. So you're mainly for the purposes of ISOing, alright? So you see here with the pie chart, we're going to go with the, obviously the playmaking, the shooting, which is what this build is revolved around. And for the physical profile, we're going to select obviously the first one. You always want to go with the first one on any guard build. Never consider taking anything else. Now, when you get into other builds, that's when you could, consider doing other physical profiles. But as a guard, you always want to have that maximum speed. Now, same thing here goes with the attributes. All you got to do is follow along and just make sure you get everything correct here. We're starting with 412 attributes. We're going to start off by maxing our close shot. Our driving layup is going to be put at a 75. And then our driving dunk is going to be put at a 69. That would leave us with 4 finishing badges. Now we're going to move on to the shooting, which is the main part of the build. As you see here, we're going to get around, I believe, 22, 21. We're going to get 20 shooting badges actually when we lower this to a 68 post fade. Alright, now, when it regards into playmaking, we're going to upgrade, obviously, the pass accuracy and ball handle. That leaves us with about 19 and now 20 playmaking badges when you get the post hook, you know, to that specific attribute right there. Now, for defense, obviously, this is not meant to be a defensive build, but it does have defense, 7 defensive badges in total. So, obviously, you know, like I do in the other builds, you're going to want to upgrade that defensive rebounding just to get extra badge points in case anybody was confused as to why I'm upgrading defensive rebounding on a guard. It's just, you know, because it has the best, you know, badge point or badge attribute value, I guess you could call it, and it helps us get more defensive badges. So obviously, when I told you about the ISO build, I mean, you can see it. You got the 84 3 ball, the 88 ball handle. We are not even done, you know, altering with that yet. Our body shape, we're gonna go compact because obviously the Steph Curry build is gonna, you know, be with the ISO. So that's why we go with compact. And now the height, if you really want to dominate the ISO game, you could go 6'2", even 6'3". But in terms of, you know, park and, you know, trying to have a little bit extra fun, I recommend 6'4" for the fact that you do get that 70 driving dunk, which means you could get park dunks and just other dunk animations to actually, you know, open up that finishing style of games. So if you're, you know, if your sole purpose of the build is to isolate, then I would go 6'2", 6'3". But if you actually want to have a little bit more fun, add up a little spice to this build, I recommend going 6'4". Now, in terms of your weight, obviously, we're going to go all the way down to 175 to get that extra acceleration. As you see, we have 92 XL. And the wingspan, we're going to drop it all the way down to 76.0, which leaves us with the 88 3 ball and the 89 ball handle, which means at 99 overall, we will have a 92 3-point shot and a 93 ball handle, and that is why we call this the isolation build, the playmaking shot creator, similar to Kyrie Irving and Trae Young. I mean, talk about isolation basketball players. Those are one of the 2 best at it in the league right now. So we're gonna get into the last build now, and you know, we're gonna go back to, you know, the slashing style of builds. Kind of know, you know, that's just what's overpowered this year. And with, you know, the other builds, you know, I've mentioned a YouTuber, you know, such as Chalk or Grinding to actually put the build on the map. But with this one, this is called the BP build. Some of you guys might know this, some of you guys might not. But this has been put on, you know, by a 2K League player. So I was not lying when I told you guys these are, you know, builds used by competitive players. This is arguably the best guard build in the game, as every 2K League point guard uses this. All the stage guards use it. Most, you know, comp streamers use it. And it's just a really effective build because it's so well rounded it could do literally anything you want. So just make sure you follow along because you really do not want to mess up anything on this build. You saw the profile, or you saw the skill breakdown chart we took. It was the second one. Now, physical profile, like I said, once again, we're going at the top on maximum speed. Now, just follow along with our attributes. We're going to start off with, you know, upgrading the finishing like always. You see the 90 close shot, 87 driving layup, 82 driving dunk. Then we're going to get our standing dunk to a 35, 36 is probably where we'll leave it. So you see 15 or 16 finishing, 333 attributes remaining. So now let's move on down to our shooting. For shooting purposes, we're going to get our mid-range shot to actually a 72. Our 3-point shot to an 80. Free throw to 88, and you're just pretty much going to max out the last 3, but just make sure that mid-range shot is a 72. And the reason behind that is so we could get extra finishing badges, because upgrading that mid-range to max does not even gain us an extra shooting badge. So with regards into playmaking, we're going to upgrade all of that, you know, pretty much except the post moves. Obviously, just make sure you have the right amount of post moves. And looking at the badges so far, I mean, you really can't go wrong with this. You see, so far, we can really do everything. Now, moving on to the defense, it's the same premise as any other build I've showed you guys. You're going to upgrade that defense rebounding along with the perimeter defense, steal, and lateral quickness, which actually gets us a total of 6 defense/rebounding badges. So out of all the guard builds I showed you, you guys see the badges, you know, speak for themselves. This is the most, you know, balanced and well-rounded build out of any of them. We're not even done yet. With the height, we're going to go 6'2". Alright, because that's going to be able to help us speed boost a little bit more. Our weight, we're going to drop to 165. Actually, the lowest weight possible since we did go 6'2". Then our wingspan is dropping all the way to 74.0. And look at the ball handle, 87, which means we can speed boost off rip now. Then we get an 83 3-point shot. So the numbers are quite similar to, you know, that playmaking shot creator, but not exactly, you know, that high of, you know, a 3-point shot. But we know we actually get finishing now. And we get the same amount of defense. One less defensive badge. and we're gaining about 10 more finishing, and that's why people consider this the best guard build in the game, this BP build right here. And in regards to the takeover, you could honestly go slasher takeover if you are a park player trying to have some fun, but in terms of a competitive standpoint, you're going to want to have that playmaking takeover. And with that, it's going to leave you with an inside out playmaker. And for you guys that do not know, there's actually two variants to this build. I showed you guys the one with actually a lower mid-range shot, which actually gives us the inside out playmaker, but some other people max out that mid-range shot and lower something in finishing, which would actually give you an offensive threat. So if you see an offensive threat with similar attributes to you, just know it's pretty much the same exact build, just a little bit different on the badges, but this is obviously the better version, and that's why I'm showing it to you guys. So as of right now, the date I'm making this video, January 10th 2020 on MJ2K20, these are the 3 by far best guard builds on this game. You could put them in whatever order you'd want. If you had to pick one, I would say the BP build, which is the one I just showed you, led by the one of Chalk, and then the isolation build. But it's all personal preference as to what you want, whether it's defense, finishing, or shooting. So I hope you guys do enjoy. I hope you guys go crazy with these builds at the park. And if you have not yet, make sure to drop a like and hit the notification bell, set the notifications. It's your boy RisKK. Hope you guys have a good day. I am out.
Now she be calling me back. She see that I got it. I'm stuck in the trap. 40 autos, let me put it right back. 40 autos and he left in the back. I can't be trusting cause people just act. I get the money, I run it right back. The plug on my phone, I get to these racks. The plug on my phone, I'm gonna get back. I can't be trusting cause people be switching and